A 2025 U.S. State Department report on Guyana points to corruption by law enforcers, public sector officials, and politicians in obstructing the fight against illicit drug trafficking domestically and internationally. You're watching The Final Takeaway. Now is a great time to subscribe to keep up with the videos frequently posted on our channel. Thanks for staying with us. We wanted to bring you a quick look at an eye-opening report on the link between corruption and Guyana's lack of success in combating the illicit domestic and international narcotics trade. The U.S. Department of State, Bureau for International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, has published its 2025 International Narcotics Control Strategy Report. The report covered a list of countries, including Guyana. Much to the surprise and disappointment of the government, the report paints a negative story of Guyana on the issues of drug trafficking, crime, and corruption. Putting the country on blast left government officials frantically trying to do damage control. Today we'll go over the report as I provide a closer look at what the investigators discovered. I'll be reading some of the statements just as they appear in the report, so you can extract the true meaning of the allegations of corruption made in the report for yourself. According to the U.S. Department of State, Bureau for International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, quote, deeply entrenched illicit drug trade contributes significantly to increased crime and corruption in Guyana. This is despite a bilateral agreement with the United States to counter drug trafficking. One section of the report says, quote, Guyana continues to implement a 2001 bilateral agreement with the United States that enables joint maritime and aerospace patrols to counter narcotics trafficking. Guyana has been a member of the regional security system since 2022, but there has been no significant reporting on collaborations, especially in the area of combating drug trafficking. The report includes a specific section titled Corruption, where it reports on the Bureau's findings based on research and investigations. On the issue of illicit drug trafficking, the U.S. authorities pointed out that corruption is a top reason why the country is failing, especially in its efforts to fight the drug trade. This is largely due to the lack of a robust security infrastructure. Now let's look at what the report says on corruption. In a section titled Corruption, the report makes it clear that, quote, as a matter of policy, the government of Guyana does not encourage or facilitate the illicit production or distribution of narcotics, psychotropic drugs, or other controlled substances, or the laundering of proceeds from illegal drug transactions. Corruption in Guyana, however, poses a significant obstacle to its efforts to combat drug trafficking. Corruption within law enforcement, bribery, and nepotism in the public sector and political entities further complicate the fight against drug trafficking. Authorities often drop charges or never file them and do not conduct serious investigations. Traffickers are able to evade prosecution. Additionally, the economic appeal of the drug trade in Guyana, with its high poverty rate and low-paying public sector jobs, leads individuals to become involved in illicit activities and hinders efforts to curb trafficking. In two separate incidents in July, 4 GDF officers were charged with trafficking a total of 213 kilograms of cannabis. The report also says Guyana continues to lack both the commitment and resources to achieve significant progress in reducing drug demand as it relates to the use of domestic drugs, particularly marijuana, synthetic drugs, and cocaine. In a section dealing with drug supply reduction, the report says, quote, marijuana is the most used and produced drug in Guyana, and the country remains a major transshipment point for cocaine trafficking. In 2024, the United States and Guyana's Joint Interagency Task Force, including its Defense Force, GDF, collaborated to seize 4.4 metric tons of cocaine worth approximately $195 million, the country's largest ever drug seizure, and the interception of a self-propelled semi-submersible approximately 150 miles off the coast of Guyana with 2.3 metric tons of cocaine. Authorities also found a low-profile vessel, empty and abandoned, in the waterways near Port Kaituma near the Venezuelan border. As of October, no arrests has been made and the investigation was ongoing. These two events resulted in a huge increase in cocaine seizures for the period of January through September 2024, 6,700 kilograms versus 62 kilograms for the same period in 2023. Marijuana seizures for 2024 totaled 1.4 metrotons versus 1.1 metrotons for the same period in 2023. Methamphetamine was a distant third for quantity of drugs seized in 2024 with 0.06 kilograms. To wrap up, the U.S. Department of State report on Guyana concludes with suggestions on ways the country can fight drug trafficking. The strategies mentioned are enhancing customs capabilities through improving port security, intelligence operations with regional and international partners, implementing strong anti-narcotics measures, and strengthening laws related to drug trafficking and sentencing. That's all we have for now on this topic. Subscribe for updates on future videos on the State Department's most recent report on illicit drug trafficking in Guyana, crime and corruption. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.